Thank you. How's that, Nico? Can you hear me?
Oh my God, I can hear you. What's up, Lee? All right.
Oh, perfect. I mean, I feel like I should have matching headphones and stuff now.
Yeah. I'm the DJ. Yeah. Um, so,
I wish I could say I was the plant guy, but I've got no plants here. It's very white,
oh
actually.
yeah.
It's like heaven.
Yeah. Nice clean.
Would you like to introduce yourself? Because it's the first time I've actually met you. Lee Burridge here, and you are?
Yeah, my name's Nico Joris. I'm from Milky Radio in Big Sur, and musician and keyboardist, producer and stuff. I've been in music forever, and then a few years ago, about 6 years ago, I found this technology that is allowing me to plug plants into synthesizers. So
I mean, obviously, that kind of technology is just out there on the shelf in Walmart, etc., right?
yeah, for sure. Every Walmart's got the plant music department, for sure.
Plant music department, no, exactly.
You know what's a trip though, man, is that it's actually been around since at least the 70s. In a very obscure way, people have been messing around with this technology, and just I think in the last 10-ish years, there's been, with all this tech booming, there's been people who've actually developed devices that you can buy for a few $100 now.
That's amazing. I mean, what was it that sort of what was the pivotal moment for you for going from making music, producing music, composing music, to sort of exploration of how to make music in a completely different way?
I mean, always been a real nature kid. You know, I grew up in the country, and so I've heard about this technology, and I didn't believe it at first. I totally called bullshit on my friend that told me about it. There's no way this is real. And then a friend of mine went to a party and saw it happening live, and then at that point I was like, I need to try this, and I didn't take it seriously at all. I just started hooking plants up at home, and then just like, because they generate, if you dial the synth in right, it's kind of like a Brian Eno record all afternoon that keeps changing. And so it was just kind of this nice thing in my house. But then there would be these moments, you know, where, I mean, a lot of the times the music is actually really annoying, to be honest. But then you would get these moments where the plant, because the song is constantly evolving as the electricity is changing throughout the day. And so there would be these moments where all of a sudden this music would start to emerge that was moving me to a degree that I just started pressing record. And over the course of 2-3 years, I made casually at home all these recordings that I never had I'd never had an ambition to be a plant musician or to release these seriously. I was just like, this is a trip. And I wanted to show it to my friends. I started showing these plant songs to my friends, and then I got more and more people saying like, yo, you should release, this is beautiful ambient music. And then I started doing it live, you know.
I mean that's very special, actually, and I mean, I think it's kind of inspiring to realize that outside of musicians making music through their instruments, that there's other pathways. Do you think that, you said some of it's not so great? Do you think it's related to the sort of environment and the feelings of the plant, or is it to do with photosynthesis, or is it the general energy around the plant? Have you sort of experimented with that at all to see if if you're punishing your plant or you're being sweet to your plant, whether the music that comes out is different?
Yeah, I mean, I would say yes, although I'm always hesitant to make claims, particularly in a scientific way, about any of this. That's what I love about plant music. It's art bordering into science, and I'm definitely on the musician side, so I'm more concerned with making it into a palatable, interactive musical experience. But I've definitely I've lived with plants in my home. We've done stuff like burn the leaves, and my friend who burned the leaf of a plant one time, first of all, the plant went silent immediately, and then she walked outside for about half an hour, and the plant was playing and playing, and the second she walked back in the room, the plant went silent again, and then she left, and the plant started playing, and we did this 3 times, and the plant went silent. So this is just an experience I've had. I've witnessed how the plants sometimes are very reactive to people touching them or even getting close, how the plant song will change depending on who's touching the plant sometimes, or sometimes it's totally random. So, you know, in the morning, the plant will sound different than in the evening. So it's very dynamic, very mysterious, and it feels like, I mean, you'll see when, you know, at the festival, what's so cool about plant music in person is that you can really like come up and touch the plant and spend a moment with it, and you can hear what you're asking about happen, and you can start having these experiences, and it feels like for the first time there's a bridge between this living organism and you, that's not just visual. You can hear its electricity, so it feels like some kind of alien contact, you know?
That's kind of amazing. I mean, if people don't know already, Nico's bringing his music and the plants along to the festival. So, I mean, what can people expect from you during your performance and the plants performance?
Well, yeah, so we're doing Saturday and Sunday at All Day at Dream, and we're doing 3 hours each afternoon around 4 o'clock into the sunset hour. And I got a crew of 3 of us coming out to make music from about 6 different, we're gonna do 6 different plants. We'll probably get a couple trees, some different cactuses. I'm working on trying to bring some mushrooms, hopefully, if I can find some. And so we're just gonna create a lush little chill out plant dub zone where you can interact with each plant, and there'll be a speaker at the and a synthesizer associated to each plant, so you can kind of see, here's a cactus going through an analog synthesizer into an amplifier. You can kind of see the signal path. You can touch the plant, and then you can hear this ensemble basically that we're going to be crafting, dubbing through these synthesizers to make it a musical experience too. So there's kind of like this Lee Perry synth dub that's happening to make the music a cool musical experience, as well as kind of like this sci-fi plant contact. Part of that is running it through scale filters. So we can put the plants through like a scale filter, which kind of nudges the notes into, you know, musical scale, so that all the plants sound good together. Otherwise it can be quite chaotic, you know what I'm saying? So
I mean, honestly, I think a moment of chaos might be interesting for people out there as well.
Yeah, we call it plant jazz. Yeah.
So a friend of mine asked you, as we decided to try and start at 4:20 today, they said, do marijuana plants create music that's any different to any other plants?
Yeah, I mean, they do. It's hard to quantify, you know, because the species are always changing. But I have recorded marijuana plants. If I can get my hands on one, I might even bring one to the festival, just so you could check that out. But you know, what I've found more as a general observation about the type of music coming out of different plants, more has to do with the size and the leafiness. I found that the bigger trees tend to have slower songs. They don't react as much to touch. But I think a pot plant or any other kind of similarly leafy plant around that size would have a general similarity to the song, but you never know. I mean, I don't know how to answer that one. I did record a pot plant, and I was harvesting it. It was a plant that I was growing, and I was recording it while I was harvesting it. And as soon as I started cutting the nugs off, the music drastically changed. And I was recording the MIDI graph, so you can actually see the graph of the music change. I'm going to bring these graphs to the festival.
Yeah, very, very interesting. I mean, I think there's a nice synergy between being actually out in beautiful nature, bringing the plants out there, this music, and you know, just the general sort of atmosphere. have you noticed any similarities over time when you're sort of connecting the plants? Are there plant moods? So, you know, on a certain day, you might have something that felt very familiar and similar to something before, or is it very different each and every time?
Are you talking about like the same species of plant day to day, or?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, basically, do you think the plants themselves have a personality? I guess is you know, that is expressed similarly ever?
Yes, that's been my experience, is that there's a non-repeating tendency, you know, that kind of like a fingerprint, and to different species. The most pronounced for me has been oak trees that are around Big Sur. The oak trees consistently, I gotta sing it for you, the oak tree songs are generally like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's like this very slow kind of pace. That's been very consistent. The smaller plants I tend to find are more like ding 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 ding. Like they're much more kind of like chatty and frenetic, and they respond to touch a lot more. So that's where, I mean, that's where the magic happens. You'll see when you guys come to the installation, you come and you get close and you touch a plant and you instantly hear the plant responding, interacting with your electricity. It's this thing, you can hear about it, but when you have that experience and you're like, oh my God, it's alive. I always knew it was alive, but now I have a deeper knowing that it's alive. And then
I feel like this actually might make people treat their plants at home a little bit better, because I think there's a lot of us that have managed to murder our plants in our homes, you know, with lack of care, overwatering, you know, etc.
Yeah, me too, man.
I mean, maybe this is the answer to people looking after their plants. Everybody should be able to make plant music, and they can actually hear the sort of emotional state of their plants.
Exactly, right? We could give the plant like a super whiny sounding tone. It'd be like, you know,
when in need.
All right, shut up, plant. Hey, here's some water. Yeah, it's a trip, man. It's been a trip.
Was there anything else you'd like to discuss before we hop off? Because we only had a limited time today.
Yeah, no, thanks. You know, I'm super excited to come to your festival, and I've been involved in kind of more analog music and not as much the DJ side of life. Although I love nothing more than dancing to good DJs. And I just wanted to share with you, man, I had never been to Burning Man, and I went finally for the first time. And of all my experiences out there, I stumbled on your set and had a really particularly special experience at Sunrise. And of all the DJs there, you were the only name I remembered just because of the sound of the music. So it felt like a cool synchronicity for me to be involved in your festival on this first year.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, we're excited too. Maybe I'm going to let you attach electrodes to me and see which sounds come out of me as well.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I'll hook you up for sure. Yeah, man.
Perfect.
Thanks so much, Lee. It's killer to meet you, and I can't wait to...
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to meeting you in person in a few weeks. And actually, thanks for everybody for hopping on and watching this little back and forth with myself and Nico. And hopefully we'll be able to see you guys out at the All Day Dream Festival, which is approximately 3 weeks-ish. And a few days. Going to be exciting. So many great DJs, so many great experiences, including plant music. So thanks, Nico.
Thanks so much. Yeah, if you guys want to check out more, I'm at Milky Way Radio, and I got a whole thing with, you can deep dive into this before you come. So
yep, I'm going to be checking it out.
Hell yeah. Sure. All right.
Great.
Thanks so much, Lee. Thanks everyone. See you guys later.
Yeah, thanks guys.